All right, everyone, welcome to this amazing opportunity. For those of you all that do not know me, my name is Carl Wilkins. They call me also Mr. Your Favorite Entrepreneur. For those of you all that follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on I am Carl Wilkins. That is I-A-M Carl, C-A-R-L, Wilkins, W-I-L-K-I-N-S. It's actually all together. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I want you guys to do it right now. Do it right now while you're watching this session. Go to Instagram and follow me. I am Carl Wilkins. Then on Facebook, it's Carl Wilkins, C-A-R-L, Wilkins, W-I-L-K-I-N-S. So I want to make sure that you guys are following me on my social media platforms. I believe I'm going to break 10,000 followers hopefully this month. I'm a ways away, but you all help me to grow my following by following me on Facebook, Carl Wilkins. That's C-A-R-L, Wilkins, W-I-L-K-I-N-S. And then follow me, Jay, on Instagram. And that is I am Carl Wilkins. All right, so guys, we're going to go to get started. Thank each and every one of you for tuning in. I am excited about this conversation that we're going to be having. Let me give a little bit of background. I first got into the industry of life insurance and investing actually in 2012. A friend of mine began to share with me that, Carl, there is a need for this education. There is an immense need for people, especially not only of color, but definitely our community, to really be educated on how money works, right? When you look at the major banks, major corporations, family, they're purchasing millions and billions and trillions of dollars of life insurance. And I'm going to say this tonight because many of you may say, hey, Carl, I already have coverage through my job. I already have coverage. No. I'm not talking about what you have through your job. I am talking about being able to be put in a position where you can literally accumulate tax-free cash value. Drop ones in the chat if you would like to put yourself in a position that the monies that you put in your policies, it is growing equity. It's not just you paying a monthly payment every month, but the funds that are going towards your policy is growing cash value. And a friend of mine, she began to share with me, Carl, life insurance is no longer your grandma's policy, where you're waiting to pass away for your family to be a benefactor. There are brand new strategies. How many of you all upgraded from BlackBerry to iPhone or Android? Drop threes. If you upgraded from BlackBerry to either iPhone or Android, drop threes. Why did you upgrade? Because times are changing and you don't want to be the one with a Motorola cell phone looking crazy, right? So I want you to think about your life insurance, right? Many of you already have coverage, but tonight my goal is to stimulate you to upgrade. Everybody drop upgrade in the chat. Everybody drop upgrade in the chat. I didn't say you didn't have coverage. I didn't say you didn't have things together. Some of you don't. However, what I am saying is it is time for you to learn about all the upgrades that are now available to help you to maximize. So I'm going to play this short 2-minute video, and then I'm going to bring up my bro Laquan to speak to us for a few minutes. I want you all to watch this short video on, here we go. Living benefit life insurance. Okay, here we go. I want you all to watch.
If you're a financial advisor or insurance agent, I have just one question for you.
I want you all to watch. Here we go.
You know where your next client is coming from.
Boom.
The RIAs, the BDs, the IM.
Watch this. I want you all to watch this. Somebody say upgrade.
When Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone in 1876, he designed it to do one thing: Make phone calls.
Hello?
These days, it seems we use our phones for everything but phone calls. Today's phones are our text messengers, calculators, books, planners, navigators, our cameras, music players, internet browsers, stock traders, even our flashlights. Phones evolved to include so many other useful features because we needed them to, yet we still just call them phones. This same evolution by necessity has happened with other products over the years, and life insurance is no exception. When life insurance was invented way back in the 1600s, it was also designed to do one thing: to financially protect your loved ones when your life is over. And like phones, life insurance evolved because we needed it to. With modern advancements in medicine, suffering a critical illness like a heart attack, stroke, or cancer diagnosis no longer necessarily means death. In fact, 90% of people who suffer a heart attack these days survive that event. That's where the new, evolved kind of life insurance policy comes in, one that adds living benefits. Living benefits policies are essentially the smartphones of life insurance. They allow your life insurance policy to not just be a parting gift, but also provide the ability to accelerate the death benefit if you suffer a critical, chronic, or terminal illness. This ability can help save your financial life by unlocking a whole new list of ways to use your policy while you're still living.
Hello?
And oftentimes, it does all of this at the same price as the old kind of life insurance. Living benefits protect you, your loved ones, and your wallet, not only in case you die, but also in case you don't. Two things always happen when you suffer a critical or chronic illness. Your expenses go up and your income goes down. When your expenses get higher than your income, that's when debt begins to pile up. This is the exact trap that so many Americans are falling into every single day. In fact, 60% of all bankruptcies that occur in the US are the direct result of a critical illness and the medical expenses that follow. With living benefits, the policyholder has the option to accelerate a portion of their death benefit to replace their income and help with those added expenses. These benefits are the difference between just surviving the illness and having a life afterwards. And the best part is, they come at no extra cost to the consumer. So what kind of life insurance is protecting your family? Your granddad's traditional death benefit only coverage?
I don't know if I'm hearing anything.
Or the new evolved life insurance with built-in living benefits? If you're still using the rotary phone of life insurance, maybe it's time for an upgrade. Contact the person that shared this video.
Everybody drop in the chat, upgrade, 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 upgrade. Guys, listen, upgrade, right? And I was just talking with someone the other day, and I said to them, I know that you have coverage, but I'm excited because you get to learn about the upgrade. Everybody drop in the chat, upgrade. So now life insurance has now evolved, and now you can, for example, if you were to have a stroke, heart attack, some kind of critical illness, can you imagine, Kimberly, being able to access a majority of the portion of your policy while you're still living? Drop ones in the chat if you believe that would be beneficial, right? So not only when, of course, obviously when you die, your family gets money or whatever, but what if you could access up to 90% of the policy while you're still living? Living benefit coverage. So I'm gonna bring on Laquan, and then I have my mentor and coach, Brother David will be on in just a moment. Matter of fact, he's here. This guy is amazing, but I wanna hear from Laquan. If you could let us know, bro, how these strategies have helped you and your family getting a living benefit policy, getting involved into the index strategies, you know. And I know in our community specifically, there's not a lot of conversation about living benefits. People want to avoid. I was on a call the other day and a friend of mine shared that he had a major tragedy in his family. Like the person survived, but there's like they didn't die. So, but they're living, but they still have critical illness. They have bills that are racking up. What if they would have had a living benefit policy, not a traditional life insurance, granddad's coverage, but a living benefit policy? So come on in, Laquan, let us know how this industry has impacted your life. And I know we have a lot of listeners that are excited about upgrading what they have.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Carl and Mrs. Angela, for this time to speak with you. What's going on, family? My name is Laquan Butler. I'm also an independent agent, and man, living benefits has changed my life. When I talk to people about life insurance and they'll say, oh, I have life insurance, I'll ask them, do you have the old school life insurance or do you have the new school life insurance? And they'll say, what's the difference? Well, the old school life insurance, you pass away, your family gets a nice check. The new school life insurance is living benefits. We all know someone who had a minor stroke. We all know someone who's had a heart attack before. We all know of someone who's been diagnosed with cancer before. But did they know about living benefits? And I'm a firm believer that we're going to go out the same way we came in. And that's somebody taking care of us. Those living benefits also have access to long-term care. When you get older, your policy has access to that as well. And the best thing about this is when you deliver that check. I personally had a client who his wife calls the house because she's heading to work, want to speak to the husband. Son picks up the phone and says, Daddy's on the ground right now. And she said, excuse me? He was having a stroke. Guy's 36 years old. Thank God it was a minor stroke. But because he had an active policy and living benefits, that family got a check of $86,000. That check supplemented their income, the hospital bills, because we all know medical bills is not going to pay everything. But with living benefits, you're going to get the best treatment. God forbid I do get diagnosed with cancer, I'm going to go to Antique. Whoever has the best cancer treatment center, that's where I'm going to be. And there's no additional cost. And then one thing, Carl, he said, life insurance investments. I don't like the word investments because you can lose investments. Life insurance, you cannot lose a dime. So guys in chat, type leverage. Leverage. Life insurance is the easiest way. I'm looking at us, we're middle class America. Life insurance is the easiest way to leverage an asset. Everybody's talking about becoming their own bank, infinite banking, cash value life insurance. It's the easiest way to access cash value tax-free and leverage an asset. Life insurance is an asset. But that's my time. Carl and Mrs. Angela, thank you so much.
Yeah. Y'all drop some sevens in the chat for Laquan. I appreciate you, brother, just for your incredible leadership, man. And I'm excited what we're going to do together in the industry. And I always love to say, I'm not saying you don't have coverage. I'm saying we need to look at an upgrade. Like, period. Everybody drop upgrade. Like, I like that. I like that rhyme. Drop upgrade in the chat. So I'm going to bring on my beautiful wife, and then I'm going to bring on my mentor, David, in just a moment. Honey, if you don't mind coming on and speaking to the women about the importance of getting this in place, these living benefit strategies, these index policies where you can contribute money into these plans that grow tax-free. Honey, are you able to come on and just briefly share your experience with losing, your mom, who was my, my mother-in-law?
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Oh, girl, you look good. Y'all drop some
all
ones
right,
in the chat for that girl right there. Let's go.
All right. Hello. Good evening, everyone. I'm Angela Wilkins. So I'm going to give you a little bit of my backdrop. So pretty much what happened to me and my family was, when I say detrimental, I mean, it was a living nightmare. And why I say that is because at age 19, my mom being my best friend, the person that I confided in the most, the single parent, pretty much the day that I actually went to work saying, hi, see you later, turned into, your mom's at the hospital. And I'm just like, okay, my mom's at the hospital. What's going on? She was fine when I woke up this morning. So what is really going on? So ended up getting a call at my job at Lowe's and had to end up going to the hospital. When I went to the hospital, my head, that was the last logical words that I heard from my mom. And then when I asked her, hey, I'm your baby daughter, blah, 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 pretty much she didn't even know who I was. All that transpired. So what I'm saying is that life happens, guys, and it happens very quick. That was at age 19 for me. I got shook off my horse, as a teen, getting into, just got done with graduation, going into the real world, and now you get knocked. Your mom is no longer here anymore. I stayed in that hospital a whole entire week, and my mother ended up finally passing away. She had no life insurance, and matter of fact, her life insurance had actually lapsed. From that situation, we ended up losing my childhood home. I ended up having to go from family member to family member's house. And then on top of that, it was just a hard way to go. You know, I hadn't even learned how to actually do my own taxes, hadn't learned how to actually get my own apartment. None of that stuff was taught before then. So it's very valuable, like my husband said, to upgrade. So a lot of people have it, you know, insurance through their jobs. They have it, you know, wherever they may have a source of insurance. But the thing is, you need to make sure that you have the right kind of insurance, proper protection. You need to make sure that every day, you know, not necessarily every day, but every time a life change happens, marriage happens, you have a new baby, this thing is updated on a regular basis, because I'm the child that had to go through the nightmare. I'm the child that's now about to be 38 years old, that had to struggle from day to day to day to day to day to day. It was very hard. It is not a good experience when you see that happening to your family. And then that was just one situation. Moving forward, just recently, 2019, that happened back in 2003. When that happened, 5 days before Christmas. What a rocky season, huh? 5 days before Christmas that happened. And so when that happened, of course, like I said, things had to go to other direction for me to figure out life. Now 2019 comes along. My nephew actually gets murdered. He gets murdered. His mom has to make the decision, which was my sister, had to make the decision. You know, he had no coverage. So now what did she have to do? She had to just go ahead and just get him cremated. That wasn't ultimately what she wanted, but because if you don't have the funds, guess what's happening? You get decisions made for you. So it's important for everybody on this line to reconsider getting life insurance, because you just never know what may happen. Then to go a little bit further, last year, my brother got into a terrible car accident on his way leaving our aunt's funeral. Car flipped over, soft top, he dies instantly. So I've had my share of different situations, and I'm pretty sure each and every one of your families on this line has gone through those situations, and a rude awakening has happened. Nowadays, people are going to GoFundMe. They're going to these situations, but it's like, okay, GoFundMe gets taxed. That's a whole nother, route. But I'm just saying, GoFundMe's get taxed, guys. We're talking about in a life insurance policy, you're going to be tax free with some of these kind of situations that you're going to get set up in. So it's important, again, to make sure that you're listening intentfully, not just listening, but you're here on this line tonight to actually make a decision. Make a decision for your last name. Make a decision so that you can live like Disney, so that you can live like the Rockefellers. How's their wealth being able to be passed on from generation to generation? Evaluate your family lineage and see what it is that you need to do to change the situation. Because if my mom had left something behind, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Not necessarily a man, but we're talking about mankind, right? And so they leave an inheritance. There was no inheritance for that. My nephew, he had 2 kids. There was no inheritance left for those 2 children. My brother, he has 2 older adult children and a grandkid. There was no inheritance left for these generations. So who's going to be the first to actually change your family lineage? It has to start with you guys. So that's it for me. God bless. And I hope you guys make a decision.
Wow. So pretty much, guys, I'm going to bring on my mentor and coach, David. Y'all drop some subs in the chat from my wife. Honey, that is really, really powerful. And it is your testimony on what you've experienced firsthand. The only thing I would say to everyone listening, it's not up for debate. Just get an upgrade. You literally want to text. If you want to, you say, Carl, okay, at my age, at my health, what would a living benefit policy or an index policy look like for me, right? In order for you to know, we're going to have to get with you one-on-one outside of the Zoom. So I want you to text the word legacy to 757-632-7002. And we're going to schedule a one-on-one appointment with you this week. text the word legacy. I want you to do it right now. If you're a guest tonight and you say, listen, I'm not interested. I'm ready. I'm not only interested, but I'm ready to look at, okay, what kind of plan look like for me and my family? I want you to text the word legacy. Do it right now to 757-632-7002 so that we can schedule a one-on-one Zoom to show you what a strategy can look like for you and your family. All right. So again, text the word legacy to 757-632-7002. Guys, I'm excited to introduce my mentor. I had an opportunity to go to Celebration, Florida. Just a couple of days ago, I met Dave at the office there in Celebration, Florida. And this gentleman has been in the industry for quite some time. And not only does Dave sell life insurance, but this guy is one of the biggest entrepreneurs in the industry. So guys, not only can you get coverage, but we have a major opportunity tonight. If you're on the line and you want to earn additional income for sharing this with people, I want you to drop sevens in the chat. I want you to drop sevens in the chat, right? It's obvious you need an upgrade, but how many of you all would love to incorporate an additional stream of income because you shared this information with someone, and on a part-time basis, you're able to earn $500 minimum per person that you help get coverage? Drop sevens in the chat. Drop sevens in the chat. All right, so David, he is a seven-figure earner. This guy's a multiple millionaire. But one thing that I appreciate about David is he's a wealth of knowledge. So David, I want to bring you to the stage, brother, and give you the floor, take a few minutes to talk to our guests. Again, guys, text legacy to that number, 757-632-7002. Come on in, David.
Hey, thank you, Carl. Thank you for the extremely kind words. If I hope you can hear me well. I'm
Yes.
David Schneider. I'm out of sunny South Florida, like most Floridians, and actually got to meet a chance to meet Carl in Orlando with my mentor, Jared Ewing. Laquan, Angel, I mean, you guys really hit it on the screws, really why I'm here. I'm 57 years old and I've seen a lot of things, okay? I was a health club owner operator for 20 years. So I'm kind of in the mindset of developing business. And like most business development, it's expensive. A lot of capital infusion is required. And I had to get out of that space for a lot of reasons. Okay. But I found myself here. And one thing I did have when I did cross over was I had a lot of life coverage. Okay. I'm a father. I'm a daughter or father. I'm a husband or a father of three. And I got twins that are 6. And it's a layer of protection that most Americans don't have. And when you start talking about living benefits and these GoFundMe accounts and people that are just unprepared for life issues. And I don't mean people my age or older. I'm talking about young folks that have gone through cancer. I've actually, when I was a club owner, I actually had to take care of a young gentleman named Dave Gandell, who was at the time 28 and had gone through cancer twice. And I had to literally take care of his bills, keep him in an apartment, and because we didn't even know this existed. So I know what it looks like when people get sick and they're not ready for it. I've got over 1,100 clients, and I've done plenty of death claims, and I've also done claims where they've had to accelerate their death benefit and get that check from their life insurance and pay their bills with it. So it's a monster space. These insurance companies that we work with, that we broker, they're billion-dollar companies, they're A-rated, and they're very good about the products they put to market. But what they're not good at is distribution, and that's where we come in. So I think if you're a good fit for this business, I mean, obviously you need to understand and be passionate about what we're selling here, because like myself, I know what it looks like to not have it. I know what both sides looks like, and I'm passionate about this subject. It's been a blessing to my family. I've only been here about 6 years actually, so it's been a quick climb. And I just followed instructions, and it's a space that's so unsaturated that we need so much help here, so much help. for people that just even on a part-time basis can change their lives financially while they're out there protecting families. And that's awesome to me, because when I was a club owner, I used to love getting people in shape, saving lives. Well, now I'm in a business of protecting lives, and I make a real good income doing that. And I'm not here so much to, sell insurance like I used to, but I do love talking about it, and I love bringing people into this space and showing them the way, our playbook, so they can, work themselves towards financial independence. Listen, as a father, and I'm able to put my girls in a private school, and I get to spend time with them at the same time. A lot of people that work in corporate America make great money, but unfortunately, they don't have the time to enjoy it. And when you get to my age or older, you're going to realize your most valuable asset is time. And I enjoy this space to where I get to talk to great folks, whether they're clients or my own teammates, and either I'm getting them protected or I'm showing them a way to make a great living, okay, and build their own business with little to no working capital, okay, and that's a journey that really anybody should take a look at, okay, because a lot of people are maybe just a little bit unhappy of what they're doing today, and it doesn't quite make ends meet. Well, I got to tell you, this space does all that. It's very customizable, full-time, part-time. There's no wrong answer. And again, if you just hear it, you want to protect families and just make a great side income, I can't think of a better space to be. Carl, I don't know if you want me to elaborate on something.
Yeah, if you don't mind giving an example. I know, guys, if you've enjoyed David, drop ones. Let's show David some love, y'all. Come on, Zoom energy. Let's go. Give an example. Let's just say a person, they work a full-time job. Of course, they're interested in getting coverage. I mean, that's a no-brainer. You need to get an upgrade. But they're saying, I need additional part-time income. What's the income potential if a person says, I can sell maybe one policy a week, or 5 policies a month, or 3 policies a month? What's an average for a person that can maybe only really be very, very part-time? Drop 3s in the chat if you say, man, I'm open to earning income, also offering this opportunity to people. Drop 3s. I want to see where my entrepreneurs are, because David's going to break down the income potential that you can make by sharing this information with other people as well. So come on in, David.
Well, do you want me to get into the particulars of how we do get paid, Carl, or do you want me to? Because on a part-time basis, I'm talking part-time. It's an easy $50,000 to an additional $75,000 a year. Without, we're talking about working a Saturday. Working a Saturday for 3 to 4 hours. That's how powerful this space is, and how well these insurance companies that we work with take care of us. Field underwriters to take care of families. Okay. So, and Carl, again, do you want me to, get into the mathematics of it?
Yeah. Go ahead. You give them some more sauce.
Yeah. And I don't want to get into long division here. I know not that maybe I was a little bit excited about math when I was in high school and college, but it's simple math here. And, as agents, we get paid off an AP. We call it AP, annualized premium. And if any of y'all have life coverage, and I have a lot of it, we basically get paid off of the monthly premiums that we pay into a policy times 12. Nationwide, that's about $85 a month per plan nationwide. Even though in Florida, for you Floridians that are on here, it's a little higher because we got older folks here. Okay, so but that's just a low ball. Listen, 85 times 12, which is about 1,020. Okay, based on our lowest comp or contract, which is how we get paid from the carriers, which is 70%, you would actually make 70% of that AP or annualized premium as your commission. So in this case of 1,020, your compensation is $700-ish, okay? Of which the carriers advances about 75% or 9 months of payment. So that's about $550, okay? And that's where Carl came up with the 500. And that's again, that's a low ball commission, but we like to keep it that way because, expectations, at that level are more than what most people make. Okay. A lot of people have to work all week long to make $500. And when they can make it, in really arguably $750 to $1,000 per plan, which is a 40 to 50 hour work week for a lot of folks. I mean, do the math on that. And that's how quickly you can make a sizable part-time income by protecting families and giving them that layer of protection that everybody needs. And I don't mean people that have a wife and 2.3 kids. I'm talking about somebody that's 25 years old. Maybe they bought their first home and they don't have kids and not really so concerned about, protecting their mortgage. But let me tell you one thing, with that living benefit, they're not able to protect themselves because they've got access to, in some cases, 100% of the death benefit if they get sick. Terminal, chronic, critical illness allows you to excel that death benefit. And a lot of young folks think nothing's ever going to happen to them until it does. But again, by protecting, whether you're a 25-year-old to a 57-year-old, we get taken care of by these big billion-dollar A-rated insurance companies, and they need our help to get their products out to market, which are desperately needed. Okay, so that's the, again, in our situation, contracts run from 70 to 140%. So the bigger the contract you have, obviously, the larger your commission is going to be per policy. Okay, Carl, that kind of break that down.
That's really good. Y'all drop some stuff in the chat again for David. Man, I appreciate you, brother, for just giving us value. I want to hear from our guest. All right, if you're just entering the call, we would ask that you please don't unmute. We want to hear from the guests that were able to be on the call from the very beginning, please. All right, tell us your name, who invited you, and what did you enjoy about tonight's call? Tell us, come off mute, tell us your name, who invited you, and what did you enjoy about tonight's webinar? Feel free to come off mute. Let me unmute you all. Go ahead. Tell us your name, who invited you, and what did you enjoy most about tonight's webinar?
Hey, this is Will Dalton. I was invited by Carl Wilkins. I like the information. Me, myself, I'm a little bit older, older than 50, let's put it like that. But I just come off an injury, and that would have been a good thing to have in place for, a living will, and I live in
Benefits.
Benefits. So, yeah, that's definitely something I like to look into, and to make an income off of it. Yes, absolutely. Always looking to upgrade,
Y'all draw some sevens in the chat for Will. Awesome. Any other guests? I know we have Kimberly. I believe Quentin, you were on the entirety. I want to hear from you all. Just give me your feedback on what you enjoyed most about tonight's call.
This is Quentin, and of course, I'm not technically a guest, but me and Carl, we're kind of like brothers, and
we are brothers.
Yeah, man, I respect him and his wife. They always dropping jewels and gems for everyone. But not to turn this into something different, but I really would like to say that people in our community, we don't get this teaching from a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? We're really behind a power curve. This stuff has been going on for years. I mean, generations. And I think it's more than fair that they are pouring into us and, taking their times out to give us this information and actually, getting other people who even know more than them to actually, articulate what actually is going on in this business. You know what I mean? So I just really appreciate everything you guys are doing. You know what I mean? And I would like to say that this is very important and that I don't take it for granted. Not one bit of it. You know what I'm saying? You guys are very, very knowledgeable about what you're doing and what's going on with this business and with life insurance and with everything, all the businesses you guys have going on, man. I think it's outstanding. And I'm just glad to be a part of it, man. That's really all I have to say, because I'm really not new to this. I'm just sticking around it just to get it pounded into my head until I make the final moves that I need to make. I have life insurance. I have the right insurance, but I also want to spread it to my people too. So the more you know, each one teach one, basically. You know what I'm saying? I just want to take as much as I can from you guys and pour it into other people, you know, into my Black community. And now I'm not trying to turn this into a racial thing, you know, whatnot, but, you know, we got to take care of each other, you know, and that's all it is, man. I really just want to pour into you, Carl, and to your wife, and I just want to praise you guys and say thank you for everything that you do. You guys keep us on our toes, and you know, that is what it is, and I appreciate it.
Man, bro, I love you, man. Thank you, bro. God bless you. Man, who else want to give their feedback for tonight's call?
If you don't mind, may I give my feedback?
Yes, sir.
A family. So me and Carl, we brothers from another. We just met, but our aura matches, like we know each other forever. But what I took from this, I'm not even affiliated with their company, but what I'm hearing is that you have a multi-millionaire and a hungry agent willing to teach you, educate you, mold you to successful entrepreneurs right now. Where else can you get that? Your job won't offer that to you. So you have an opportunity right now to learn how to break generational curses, fix your communities. And you have mentors here who's willing to train you. And once this is my first time meeting his mentor, but I'm a big fan of mentors because every successful person has them. And I highly doubt he's charging you for his services because we all want to see you guys win. So take advantage of what Carl is and Miss Angela is saying, because you got somebody who wants to upgrade your income, upgrade your life. That's all.
Man, wow, bro. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Anybody else want to give any feedback from what they learned tonight? Kimberly, you have any feedback? So guys, again, if you have not texted, I want you to text legacy. Text the word legacy to 757-632-7002. And we're going to schedule a one-on-one appointment with you so that we can look at what a living benefit strategy, an index strategy looks like for you and your family. All right, because everyone's details are different. Anyone else? Okay, Kimberly, you're at work, no problem. So guys, listen, this concludes tonight's session. Thank you all for tuning in.